13 Johannesburg Metro Police officers have been suspended pending an investigation. That's after they closed the gates of a JMPD operational office in protest earlier this year. The department says this prevented the public renewing license discs and paying fines, among other things. The officers are unhappy about a number of issues, including alleged abuse of power and victimization. Municipal Union SAMU's spokesperson Jack Mokalapa joins me now, but before we speak to him, let's listen to what JMPD spokesperson Wayne Minnaar said on last night's edition of Newsnight.
There are a number of reasons for the closing of the gates. And one of it was that the wanting of vehicles or transport allowance for the performing of duty. So the complaints will be investigated, the case itself will be investigated thoroughly, and these superintendents will be suspended because on that particular day the services of the general public was affected because of the closing of the gates of the Metro Police Department. The public couldn't go in to make arrangement for funeral escort. They could not renew their license discs and pay fines, so the services of the public was affected.
Well, Mr. Mokalapa, thanks very much for your time. So let's start with this incident that happened on the 28th. So these officers did close the gates on the day in question, and they had the impact or effect that Wayne Minnaar was talking about, which is that people couldn't pay their fines, they couldn't do things that they normally do.
Good evening to the viewers at home. Vuyo, I need to first start by correcting that factual distortion. Those officers are going to deny that they closed the gate. Secondly, we are also going to deny that there was no services given or rendered to the public. Stats will prove that services were rendered and revenue was collected by the city.
That's the facts you have?
Correct.
And
will be supported by stats and documents there too.
So, in your view, there is a sinister motive behind all this. These members are being, the allegations against them are meant to actually project them as, or paint them as like the bad guys.
Without delving much into the merits of the allegations per se, I need to make it clear to the public that the plot is not sinister. It's a plot by a frustrated man and a man who is being investigated by the public protector, firstly for his matric and other academic credentials.
Who are we talking about here?
I am talking about the current acting head of department, but substantively the chief of police, Mr. David Tembe. Now, let's establish the connection between him, these suspended officers, and SAMU as a union. We have an ongoing grievance before the Vexman's attorneys, chaired by Sandile July. It has made adverse preliminary findings against him. He has been unhappy about it. He actually walked out like a caught-out wizard from a village, avoiding the process, in violation of collective agreements as well as the disciplinary code, as that process was an outcome of the same disciplinary code. And he purports to be instituting this suspension proceedings premised on the same disciplinary code, which, when it comes to him, it doesn't apply.
But what is the link between these 13 officers who are alleged to have closed the gates on the 28th of February and the disciplinary proceedings? Are these the same people who actually testified against Mr. Tembe during his disciplinary inquiry?
The link is so glaring and obvious. There's 17 people. Actually, the list is, I think by now it's 17. I see that it's saying 13. However, these people are part of that particular grievance process. Their names are there. And then now, remember, this incident happened 4 months ago. So now the employer, JMPD, had this alleged information at their disposal then. Now, it boggles the mind as to why did they take so long. But I have answers to that. The 17 are those who are perceived as being vocal in that particular grievance process, which walked out of. And I mean David Tembe. Now, on Friday, I went to the Speaker, the office of the Speaker, and delivered a list of misconduct allegations against the Chief of Police, Mr. David Tembe. Those misconduct allegations, I had referred them to the City Manager, the Office of the Mayor, General Sibia, without success. Ultimately, I then decided, no, I'm going to forward them to the Public Protector as well as the Speaker. Funny enough, on Monday, we get this. We know there's a direct connection. But let me tell you the crisp and the gist of the issue here. We have uncovered and discovered that the Chief of Police has falsified his qualifications, and we have a case at the Office of the Public Protector, and I've also referred procedural defects in terms of his appointments with a view of saying that appointment is invalid. I've written to the Office of the MEC Copter. I've also written to National Commissioner. I've written to the Minister of Police, because this man has not been vetted. This man, 1 year, 8 months into his invalid appointment, the man was not security vetted. And what is critical here, it's a matter of national security. You have this man attending critical meetings, security cluster meetings, and he has access to sensitive information. Therefore, if this man is not vetted, which we can confirm is not, he poses a very serious security risk. And secondly, when you look at the adverts and the post that he's advertising now, it's a requirement that people have to be vetted before an offer of the job has been made. But in his case, he's not vetted. Why?
Okay, that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. Thanks very much for coming through. SAMU spokesperson Jack Mukalapa.